Hi, Joe Pepraki from Loyola Press for Pop-Up Prayer. And today our guest is Amy Welborn, a popular blogger and speaker and writer. She is the author of numerous books, including The Words We Pray and her most recent book, the Loyola Kids Book of Seasons, Feasts, and Celebrations, both from Loyola Press. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Amy, and in St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 26, he writes, "We do not know how to pray as we ought." What's St. Paul telling us here?
Well, I think he's not scolding us. Don't take it that way. He's revealing to us something I think that we all know, which is that our deepest yearnings are sometimes even a mystery to us. We also maybe can't put our deepest yearnings into words. The most complex, deepest facets of human experience are those that are most challenging to express. And that's why we have art, that's why we have music. And so prayer is like that. Prayer is the moment in which we are with God, bearing our souls, bringing to Him all of our joys and our sorrows. And St. Paul is acknowledging that sometimes we can't put that into words. It's really hard for us to put that into words, but sometimes we don't even know maybe what we should be praying for. We've got an idea of what we want, but maybe that's not what we should be praying for.
Absolutely. And the church offers us some help in this area. So, how does the church help us in this area of prayer?
Well, of course, what Paul follows that in Romans 8:26 by saying, when he says we don't know how to pray, he says, but the Spirit fills in for us. And the Spirit works through the church, through the prayer of the church. And so we have thousands of years of experience of prayer, beginning with the Psalms and other prayers from the Hebrew scriptures, moving up through all of the written prayers and of Christian history. And so in these prayers that people throughout history, men, women, and children have prayed, we hear those yearnings and we can trust that they have been filtered and the Spirit has protected them, especially with the Psalms. And that as we pray those prayers, that those words will help us reach out to God more authentically. They will help us discern actually what it is we should be praying for. They will put our deepest yearnings into words that will help us reach the Lord and also understand ourselves.
That's great advice, Amy. So, in closing, what advice would you give our viewers about praying with traditional prayers?
Well, I mean, we can start with the prayer of the church, which is the office or daily prayer of the church, which is easily accessible through a number of resources, including free resources online. And just go easy on yourself. Don't think that you're a monastic and you've got to do all the hours of the day or anything like that. If morning prayer is, something that you want to do, if that's all you have time for, start with morning prayer. Evening prayer is beautiful, especially with children. A simplified form of evening prayer. So start by just looking to the church, looking to the prayers that the church offers us, and just very easily work it into your daily routine, even in small ways. That really helps. And to pray meditatively and contemplatively, that, join your heart to the hearts of millions of others who have reached out to God using these words. It's a very comforting thing, and it really communicates to us that we're not alone, that the things that we worry about, the things that we get angry about, the things that we're joyful about, these are the same things that human beings throughout history have proclaimed to God through their prayer using these words.
I love it, Amy. As Catholics, we never pray alone. Thank you so
Exactly.
much for sharing your insights and strategies about how we ought to pray and how traditional prayers can help us. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
And thank you to all of you for joining us for Pop Up Prayer. I'm Joe Pepraki. Until next time, God bless.